Good morning, Einstein class. Teddy Robinson is very excited today because we are marking a very special day. Well, Teddy Robinson's going to tell you all about it in a moment. But first of all, I wanted to say, how are you? Are you okay? Some of you have had to go home, haven't you, so that you can have school at home. And that must feel a bit strange. But we're all safe and we're all looking after one another. So that's really good. And we'll carry on sending you films every week, which you can watch at home if you need to. So, why is Teddy Robinson excited? Well, today we're marking a special day. It's called Christingle. That sounds funny, doesn't it? Christingle. Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means Christ light. Christ light. Christingle. And we've got one here to show you. Now, it's rather big, so I might have to put Teddy Robinson down for me. Is that okay? Okay. He's going to sit down there. Here it comes. It's huge. There we go. Now I've recorded how to make one of these on the video for the older children. So if you want to make one of these with your family at home, then go onto that video, which is on YouTube, hopefully, and you'll be able to make one of these. It's slightly different sometimes when you make it at home because one, you don't make it out of a big ball like this. You use fruit. You can use an orange or an apple. And two, you might not have a candle at home. So I've got some ideas of what you could use instead. But what I'm going to do with Teddy Robinson and you now is tell you what it's for, because it's a bit strange, isn't it? There's a little story to go with it. So Teddy Robinson's going to come back and listen. A long time ago in Germany, it was Christmas Eve, and the children were getting ready to go to church. And they used to take a present for the baby Jesus to put at the crib. Do you remember we did the crib together? Well, in Germany, in this church, they used to bring a present. And after the service, all the presents would be taken and given to children who didn't have anything. One family didn't have anything already, but they wanted to go to the special service and they wanted to take a present for baby Jesus. They were really upset because they didn't want to be left out. So what should they do? Well, one of the children, a little girl, said, I've got this orange. Can we take the orange for the baby Jesus? And her big brother said, well, I suppose so. It's a nice orange. And she said, it's not very nice. It's got a funny squishy bit at the top. So he said, oh, don't worry about that. I know what we can do. We can put a candle in there and that will hide the squishy bit. So they got a candle and they pushed it into the orange and it looked a bit better. It looked a bit strange, but they set off on their journey. One of the other children said, oh, hang on, I've got a few sweets left. Maybe we could put those into the orange too. So they got some sticks, little cocktail sticks, and they shoved them into the orange and pushed some sweeties on top. They didn't have fancy sweets like Haribo or jelly tots. They had things like raisins and sultanas, and they pushed them on. And so it started to look a bit like this. In fact, it looked a bit different because it was much smaller and the sticks stuck out like that. See? So they walked on and they were nearly at church and they'd collected all the bits that they had and they were looking at their gift. They weren't really very sure about it at all. It looked strange. They weren't very thrilled and they thought that other children might laugh at them. Then the littlest girl, she had long hair and she said, I want to put something on there. How about I give them my special red ribbon? She used to wear a ribbon in her hair. And so they wound it round the whole orange and it looked pretty, but still a bit strange. Well, they got to church and the church was packed with people. It wasn't coronavirus. Sorry, this Christingle's falling down. There we go. They got to the church and it was packed with people and they felt a little bit silly with their strange present, with the stick sticking out and the candle and the ribbon. and the little bits of sultanas stuck on the ends. They didn't really want to take it up to the front because they thought people would laugh at them. But time came for everyone to bring their gifts up to the baby Jesus. Some of the children bought really big boxes tied with bows and ribbons. Some other children bought cuddly toys, maybe like Teddy Robinson. And finally, our little family walked to the front of the church and put down their wobbly orange. It was only about this big. They put it down in front of the crib with all the funny bits and stepped back. The littlest girl, who'd given her ribbon, was in tears because she felt really silly and she thought everyone would laugh at her. But then do you know what happened? The vicar stood up and he came to the front and he said, "This is the most amazing gift." He didn't just say it to the children, he said it to the whole church. And he picked up their little orange, not this big one, a little one. And he said, "Look, this orange, this present, shows the whole story of Christmas. The orange is the world. And around the world are the 4 fruits, the 4 points of the compass, the 4 seasons, spring, summer, autumn and winter. And they are covered in good things that the world has for us to enjoy. In the middle is a candle, and the candle stands for Jesus, who is the light of the world, who shines in the darkest places, bringing us hope and joy and friendship. And round, all the way round the world, this beautiful red ribbon is a sign of love. Love because it stands for the sacrifice that Jesus makes at Easter when he dies on the cross. Love in caring for other people. Love in putting ourselves second and making someone else more important. This is a beautiful gift for the baby Jesus because it tells us what God is like. God has given us the world to enjoy. He's given us good food all the year round. He's given us light to shine in the darkness, and he's shown us how to love. Well, don't you think the children felt better after that? I would have done. And every year since then, in churches all over the world, we've remembered God's love for us using the Christingle. Now, this is a long collective worship for you. We've been talking for quite a long time. So what I'm going to suggest is you stop now and go away and do something else. But if you want to make a Christingle, come back and watch the older children's film. And there's a little prayer at the end of that. See you very soon. Bye-bye.